You know what, never mind the intro. This episode, man, my god. Right, so for only the second time this season, the episode opens somewhere other than Dragonstone. In Highgarden, Jamie opens a wagon full of gold and chucks a bag of it to Bronn, who wants to know what he could possibly be upset about. Jamie doesn't feel like sharing. Bronn starts bitching about still not having the castle he was promised, and Jamie's like, don't bitch, I just gave you a crap ton of gold. The rest of the gold is to go to the Iron Bank of Bravos, so Cersei's promise was actually just an ambitious promise, who knew? Bronn continues to bitch, and Jamie's like, you'll get your castle when we win this damn war! The Tarleys come along and ask for help in moving the grain supplies, and Jamie sends Bronn to do it. Cut to King's Landing, and Cersei, actually keeping her very ambitious promise, has impressed Mark Gatiss. And he's like, yeah, you can have more war money. And she's like, bitchin'. Cut to Winterfell, and Littlefinger gives Bran the dagger that was supposed to kill him way back in Season 1. He gives him a quick history lesson, no doubt so he can try his usual shtick on him later, but Bran spooks Littlefinger by repeating his chaos is a ladder line from Season 3, I think? Littlefinger evidently thinks better of this encounter and leaves. In comes Mira to say her tearful goodbyes, saying she'll miss Bran, but she has to go. And Bran says, okay, thanks, bye. I'm not actually exaggerating there, that's actually the sum of what he says. Yeah, Bran's kind of a dick now. Cut to the outskirts of Winterfell, and oh my god, Arya's almost home! She approaches the gates and the guards tell her to fuck off and don't believe who she is. One of them thinks he's tough and takes a swing at her. She dodges without as much as a flinch and says she's getting in one way or another, so they might as well at least check. They sit her down somewhere and lose track of her in seconds. Cut to them feebly trying to explain themselves to Sansa, but she knows straight away where Arya's gone. Cut to the crypt and a statue of Sean Bean with the face changed just enough so that HBO doesn't have to pay him for his likeness. Emotional reunion! They start catching up since they haven't seen each other since Season 1, and Arya tells Sansa about her death list and Sansa assumes she's joking. One more hug and Sansa tells her Bran's home too. Cut to the Godswood, Bran is sitting there fighting meth withdrawal or something, and Arya comes up behind him. He gives her the most nonchalant it's been 6 years hug ever, and Sansa mentions his visions. Bran mentions Arya's list, and Sansa's like, shit, she wasn't kidding. Bran pulls out the dagger from a couple of scenes ago and gives it to Arya because, to be fair, what's he gonna do with it? Arya pushes Bran around for a bit and Brienne catches sight of her and Pod's like, hey, promise kept, and she's like, I didn't do much, and Pod's like, take a damn compliment. Cut to Dragonstone and Missandei tells Daenerys that her and Grey Worm awkwardly fucked. They go to see Jon and he wants to show them the Mountain of Dragonglass. There it is. He takes her further into the cave to show her some carvings. She instantly believes them and says she'll fight with Jon if he bends the knee. And he's like, nah. And she insists. This conversation is going to happen at least one more time, isn't it? So they're coming out of the cave and then Tyrion fills her in on the situation. And she's like, you fucking what? Things are not going well for her. Tyrion urges her to stick to the plan, but she's like, that's it. Fuck this noise. Dragons. Tyrion tries to talk her out of it, but she is unwilling to brook discourse. She asks Jon what he thinks she should do. Jon brings up that if she burns King's Landing to the ground with her dragons, the people who live there might get a bit annoyed, and says, yeah, best not burn cities. Cut to Winterfell, and Brienne owns Pod's ass, as is tradition. Arya happens by and wants a sparring match against Brienne herself, not one of the puny normals. Brienne doesn't take her seriously right away, but she soon corrects that, and honestly, I don't even have anything funny to say over this. This is just great. Sansa and Littlefinger watch intently, and after the fight, Arya locks eyes with him. Wait, is he on a list? I don't think he is. Something tells me if he's not, he soon will be, but I don't think he's on it at the moment. Back on Dragonstone, Davos is teasing Jon, saying, you like Daenerys, and he's like, I don't! They talk to Missandei and explain the concept of bastards, which doesn't exist to her since they don't have marriage in Narth. They ask her about how she got there and about Daenerys, and she talks her up a storm and basically assures Jon that she's great. A Greyjoy ship happens by and Jon sees Theon. He is not happy to see Theon. Theon says he needs to see Daenerys, and Jon says, too late mate, she's gone. Cut to some road somewhere, and the Lannisters just transported the last of the gold. Jaime makes a faux pas, Bronn laughs and mocks the privileged. Then they hear a sound. Something that sounds like thousands of coconuts being banged together repeatedly. Oh shit, it's the Dothraki! It looks like the Lannisters are outnumbered. Jaime, however, voices his confidence. Perhaps a bit soon. Yes! Yes! Burn them all! Ah! Sorry, got a bit carried away there. So, there's a really good battle scene interspersed with Drogon just wrecking their shit. Jaime takes some archers and has them fire a volley of arrows at Drogon. It does nothing. Jaime sends Bronn to the artillery and engages the Dothraki. Oh, apparently he did learn to fight left-handed. Cool. Bronn gets unhorsed and is having a bit of a rough time of it. Where's Robson Green when you need him? The Dothraki that unhorsed him chases him into a wagon and... Ah! Oh, that's gonna leave a mark. Tyrion came with the army to see this battle, for some reason, and Bronn is readying the Black Arrow to defend Lake Town from the dragon. Oh, sorry, that's something else. He fires a... what would you even call that? A bolt? Anyway, it misses, but he manages to load and fire a second shot just as Drogon comes in for an attack, and he hits him in what I assume is as close to a dragon has as a shoulder. Unfortunately, it does little more than piss him off. Dany sets down to remove the bolt, and Jaime Caesar picks up a spear and charges, much to Tyrion's chagrin. Bad idea. Followed by an idea that is only very slightly better, and the episode ends on a cliffhanger. Fucking hell. I mean, not to put too fine a point on this, but he was wearing full plate armour. He's not swimming out of that.